We all know that we get electric power from the electric lines connected to the source. But, have you ever thought how these electric lines are actually erected high up in the air? Well, it requires one to follow certain procedural steps. If you are curious to know the actual procedure for setting up the electric lines, let's take a close look at this video on overhead line erection. At the end of this video, you will be able to identify the steps involved in the process of overhead line erection, explain how support is provided to a pole when the cable is turned. Overhead line erection includes certain steps. They are climbing the pole, fixing the crossarm, fixing the safety harness, fixing the I-hook, pulling the cable, providing support to the erected line. And let us continue to see how each step is performed by a lineman in the process of overhead line erection. Line erection process starts with the lineman climbing onto the electric pole, with all protective equipment in place. The personal protective equipment worn by the lineman includes helmet, full body harness, rubber shoes. After climbing onto the pole, the lineman should fix the crossarm on it, so that he can climb and stand comfortably on it. Do you know what a crossarm is? A crossarm is a support fitted onto an electric pole. The linemen climb and stand on these cross arms for any work they need to do on the pole. They climb on the cross arms and fix their safety belt so that they are assured of safety from slipping and falling. Once the lineman has climbed onto the cross arm, he should fix the chola and safety belt over the pole. Now, the ground staff provides the tools and equipment to the lineman. You can see that the helper is providing tools and the I-hook with a rope from the ground. After taking the required equipment using the rope, the lineman should insert the I-hook into the holes of the PSSC pole. Then, you can see that the lineman is placing a pulley on the I-hook. The lineman should now insert the rope into the pulley. The rope is tied to the cable that has to be mounted on the pole. By pulling on the rope through the pulley, the cable end is inserted into the pulley. The ground crew should now pull the cable. With the help of pulleys, the workers can pull the cable over the tree branches as well. Now that you have seen the process of mounting the cable onto the pole, let us look at the completed line once. At the end of the pole, stay wire is fixed, and an end clamp is kept on the top. The ABC laying was done for 7 poles by pulling the cable through rollers. Take a close look at the complete stretch to check if there is any cable is turned. After the 3rd pole, the cable is turned. What should you do in such a scenario? To support the turned cable, a strut pole should be added to give vertical and horizontal support to the main pole. A 9-meter pole should be erected at 75 degrees angle and end connector should be added to the stay wire. The pole should be supported from 3 sides. The strut pole pushes it forward. Flying stay wire maintains the stress with the messenger wire to keep the pole balanced and straight. You can see that the ABC cable is going straight through the trees. Crossarm is kept on every pole so that the lineman can climb easily. It's a dead end where the strut is kept. After the dead end, the same cable will work as an additional feeder, inserted through substation and goes to another source. You have now come to the end of the video. In this video, you have learned that the personal protective equipment worn by the lineman includes helmet, full body harness, rubber shoes. The process of overhead line erection includes climbing the pole, fixing the cross arm, fixing the safety harness, fixing the eye hook, pulling the cable, providing support to the erected line. A strut pole is added to give vertical and horizontal support to the main pole at dead end, and where cable turns to support the cable lines.